Zelda Echoes of Wisdom launched today. Zelda's own adventure through an open Hyrule, a sandboxy twist on a classic top-down Zelda game. This game plays very differently to Link's Awakening. Clearly, it's been inspired by the open-air 3D Switch titles. So here are 7 things you should keep in mind before beginning Zelda's journey. In this video, I won't cover any spoilers for the full game. I'll only show gameplay up to the end of the game's hands-on preview coverage, the end of the tutorial dungeon, Suthorn Ruins. In Echoes of Wisdom, beds are the answer to most of your problems. An old bed echo is learned while escaping Hyrule Castle's basement, and immediately becomes Zelda's most useful tool. For the cost of 1 triangle, it's a platform half a block high and 2 blocks wide, allowing her to build bridges. But they're not just incredible building tools. They can heal Zelda too. She can nap in them to restore half a heart every 5 seconds. You can even repeatedly hop in and out of bed to heal slightly faster, as the first heart recovery happens faster than the rest. This can be done basically anywhere. As long as she's not being attacked, beds are an infinite free heal. This is only an old bed though. Better beds will heal Zelda faster, but cost more to summon, making the old bed the best for platforming. Bed echoes. Spawn 'em, stack 'em, have a little snooze. Before Zelda reaches her first dungeon, she explores Suthorn Forest, where she learns the basics of combat. Before heading into Suthorn Ruins, it's worth checking out this cave just south of the Rift entrance, which contains a P-Hat. It's vulnerable to fire, so if you've grabbed the Ignazol Echo from the cave east of Suthorn Village, you can beat it easily. While the P-Hat is expensive, it's really powerful against the basic enemies you'll encounter throughout Suthorn Ruins, even against Echo Link, the dungeon's mini-boss. It can also be used to glide, though keys are a better option most of the time because of their lower cost. Early combat in Echoes of Wisdom is very slow. Zelda doesn't have many options, and so must rely on summoning while avoiding enemy attacks. Movement is really important. Zelda is slow and can easily become trapped by enemies, so keeping track of where she is relative to monsters is key. Combat can get pretty chaotic though, and it's easy to just focus on spawning minions and forget about all of Zelda's other options. She can't use her Tri-Rod while in Sword Fighter form, but can of course summon echoes before she enters it, so she can fight alongside them. Sword Fighter form of course gives Zelda Link's combat abilities, and this includes the spin attack, which she can perform by holding Y. But Echoes of Wisdom lets you perform this move with a shortcut, like in the 3D entries, by spinning the left stick in a circle and then pressing Y. It's also worth remembering that there's no penalty for respawning echoes. The only limit is Tri's triangle count. Instead of waiting for an echo to get into position, just spawn a new one closer to your target, and if it dies, just bring it right back. Bind is really powerful in combat too. It can damage or kill some enemies outright, hold enemies in place so that your echoes can damage them, maneuver your echoes into better positions, and even throw enemies into pits, though this will mean you won't get any loot. In a first for a top-down Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom introduces a targeting system, which has been a staple for 3D entries ever since their debut in Ocarina of Time. Pressing and holding ZL will cause a red reticle to appear around a targeted object or enemy. This not only allows Zelda to aim directly at that object with her projectiles, but also locks her movement to it, making this a useful trick to master for movements during combat. The game's targeting system can feel a little bit inconsistent at times, especially when the screen is crowded with enemies and echoes. If you find yourself targeting the wrong thing, just press ZL again to switch to the next object. Targeting also affects your summoned echoes. The monsters fighting for you will focus on whatever you're currently targeting. This is not only useful for taking out one specific enemy first, but also for hitting switches or other objects. In another first for a top-down Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom lets the player use the right stick to control the camera. Sort of. The right stick pans the camera around slightly. It isn't much, but it's surprisingly useful for getting a peek at what's up ahead, or seeing things from a slightly different angle. It's very easy to forget that this is an option, but it's definitely worth remembering. If you spot something in the distance with it, you'll have more time to react. You can also move the camera to a true top-down perspective by clicking the right stick, which is useful to know exactly where Zelda is relative to her surroundings, and for getting an alternate perspective on your environment. Sword Fighter form is of course primarily used as Zelda's most powerful tool in combat, but it has another use: platforming. In Sword Fighter form, Zelda can jump much higher than her base jump height, so in situations where you need just that little bit extra to climb somewhere, turn on Sword Fighter form temporarily to boost. It wouldn't be a Zelda game without some tedious inventory management. Echoes of Wisdom brings back Tears of the Kingdom's horizontal sliding menu for quick selecting echoes. By holding right on the D-pad, moving the menu with the control stick, and then releasing right once you've made your selection, Zelda can change which echo she'll spawn with Y. Unfortunately, just like in Tears of the Kingdom, this can feel pretty clunky sometimes, so it's worth learning how to use it effectively. Like in Tears of the Kingdom, you're able to sort this menu in different ways: last used, most used, last learned, cost, and type. Most used is mostly the most useful, as over time this option will change to represent your playstyle best. For the most part, you'll be sticking to the same few echoes for most situations, a few platforming tools like beds, and some powerful combat echoes to fight for you. However, this doesn't help when you need a specific echo for a specific use, in which case it's generally easier to press start to open the notebook screen, and find and select the echo from a more standard grid, where it's much easier to find what you're looking for. It's not as clunky as in Tears of the Kingdom, where you'd need to pause time and open this menu every single time you wanted to fuse a material to an arrow, but the system is still quite unwieldy. So learning to use it in the most efficient way will make the entire game feel a lot smoother. Zelda doesn't play like Link. She says she can go basically anywhere she wants. It's very easy to start playing Echoes of Wisdom like it's a classic top-down Zelda, especially if you've played the remake of Link's Awakening, but it's completely different. The usual rules have been broken. For example, trees, which used to mark the boundaries of the screen, aren't impassable for Zelda. Even in the beginning section of the game, she can climb on top of them to reach new areas, like a secret extra southern part of Suthorn Forest. Echoes of Wisdom's world is pretty massive and completely open, and you should look at it that way. Zelda has enough options to clear basically any wall or chasm she encounters. You should try to reach areas you think you shouldn't be able to. There's a good chance you'll make it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope these tips are useful throughout your adventure in Echoes of Wisdom. I'll of course be covering this game extensively here on my channel, so subscribe if you haven't already for more tips, secrets, story content, and more. Cheers guys, and I'll see you next time.